There's only two words I need to hear today, and that is Maxx fan.
Some people know me for doing a wee bit of this, a wee bit of that, and a wee bit of this. Travelling the length and breadth of the country, capturing the history, the mystery, and the beauty of Ireland. But on Sunday the 1st of May 2022, things took a turn for the worse, ending up in the hands of the NHS's finest. So began a full evaluation of life and how to turn my dream into a reality. This is my journey, how I got from here to here.
Welcome to Donegal!
Gee,
It is Saturday the 29th of October. There's only two words I need to hear today, and that is Maxx fan. It is roughly 5 to 9 in the morning. It is still dark-ish. Well, it's hard to tell this time of the year in Belfast whether it's dark or cloud or rain. I'm going to take full advantage of working indoors today and letting the van sit for 24 hours or something. Let all this mastic, sticky stuff, all that crap, let it all harden proper. I don't want no fucking hassle today, no crap with this thing. I just want it to go in nice and easy. Cut the hole, file around the edges, I'll whack it out of metal paint around the edges, let it dry, and when that's drying, I'll attempt to drill one of the other holes. That is the plan. I do have the frame and stuff already cut out and all glued together and screwed together. I'm actually looking forward to fitting this.
So the first thing I needed to do, I needed to work out where I wanted the Maxx van to be housed. Then find the centre of the van, draw around the inside of the frame, as this will be the line that you're cutting around with the jigsaw. Remember, if you're using a thick Sharpie, that the thickness of the tip of the Sharpie might knock you off 2 or 3 millimeter. So I used a nice thin one for the job.
This is so long cutting this hole.
Using green frog tape, I went around the edges of the lines to stop the jigsaw scraping any paintwork on top of the fan. I then drilled a pilot hole in order to get the jigsaw blade into the roof and get the thing started, and just cut around the pin lines. I did put more tape on the actual bit that was being cut to stop it completely falling through once it had been cut, as I had a plastic sheet stuck to the roof on the inside. This was to catch any little metal shavings that may have been created whilst cutting the square out. Now that the hole is cut, it is time to clean it up, removing any insulation. A quick check that the shroud fits okay. I then removed the masking tape, dropped it into the protective sheet that's on the interior of the roof. I gave it a good filing around the edges and a good wipe with the greaser. So this is a protective sheet I have on the inside of the fan. I then removed any insulation that may hinder the wooden frame from sitting flush. And you should end up with something like this. Another good filing around the edges and double check everything fits from the inside of the fan. Now I need to protect the exposed metal by using a bit of hammerite. I give this just 2 coats just to be sure. I let it all dry, and now that it all looks good, I clamped the wooden frame to the inside of the van. Using mastic sealing strip, I began to fill the ridges so that it's all level on all sides. On hindsight, I could have probably used a little bit more of this stuff, but the Sikaflex should cover any nooks and crannies. I then placed the shroud in position loosely. This was just so I could mark out the position of the corner screws which were to be screwed in through the van and through the wooden frame. I then removed the clamps and secured the corner screws. Now that it's in position, I worked my way around the shroud, securing it tightly to the roof. Once it was secured, I removed the 4 corner screws and replaced them with self-tapping screws, as I didn't think the screws that came with the fan were adequate. The last thing I wanted was flying up the motorway and the fan flying off, so I just thought better to be sure. Fitting the actual fan in place was tricky enough. Getting the holes lined up was a bit of a pain, so using a thin screwdriver I eventually managed to get them in place. You may need to press down hard on top of the fan to do this. I actually thought the top of the fan was quite flimsy, but it's stronger than you think. Finally, I bombarded the life out of it with Sikaflex. And run the fingers around the edges with soapy water, making sure I got into all the nooks and crannies, and gave it 72 hours before I went back to give it a good going over. With the amount of rain we had here in Belfast over the last 72 hours, if it didn't leak then, it wasn't going to leak at all.
This is Tuesday. It is the 1st of November. We have the Maxx fan installed. We're going to see if it has any leaks. God willing that it's 100% secure and sealed and all that bollocks. If everything is kosher, we're going to go ahead and we're going to fit the internet puck and the inlet for the solar power panels. These are the other two things that I wanted done in this week that I was off. If everything is okay with the van, for example, no leaks, all that sort of thing, we'll get the van home, we'll draw up a new list, and we'll take it from there. Holy shit. Let's do that, please. Let's see now. Showtime. See, they do provide screws with the Maxx van, but I used about 5 or 6 of them freaking self-tapping things because I didn't think them screws were sufficient. But that seems to be alright. All seems to be dry. Seems to be dry, my son. Right. I'm happy enough for that. There doesn't seem to be any leaks whatsoever. I'm going to jump onto the roof and see what it looks like from up there. Oh, that seems fucking secure, tight, or whatever. Seems alright. It's definitely not leaking on the inside, but that looks alright to me.
So everything is bone dry, no leaks. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill the holes for the internet plug and the solar power inlet. And if you're converting a van, do not do what I have just done. So this first hole I've drilled it right smack in the middle of a roof supporting beam. Every day is a school day and I'm still learning. So this may be something you want to consider when considering where you're drilling your holes in the van roof. Anyway, here it goes again. This time the hole is slightly down a bit. Now I'm just going to follow the same procedure as before. I'm going to drill the hole, file it down, clean it using the degreaser, a bit of hammerite around the edges and let it dry. So that is the first hole that I drilled. It is completely now filled. I'll insert the puck, removing the plastic cover which is actually going to stick it to the van. Press it down well, build the edges up with a mastic sealing strip, then seal it with a Sikaflex. And I'm going to follow the exact same procedure when drilling the holes for the solar power inlet.
So that is it in. That is the 4G tight. Snug as a bug in the rug. I'll just go right down the back. Something like that. And out the other end. So we'll let that stay like that. We'll let that Sikaflex go off. And that is it done. This is the solar inlet. What I'm going to do is find 2 bolts in the toolbox. I'm going to feed them in, something like that. There's Sikaflex to put that around the edges which will stick to the roof. I'll tie a bit of string to this here and feed them back down to the van and just seal the whole lot up with Sikaflex. When the time comes towards the start of next summer, I'm going to go to fitting the solar panels, I'll just pull all the Sikaflex off, pull the string through, attach the solar cables, and just pull them on through. Because once the roof is up, I will not be taking it down again, and that will save a lot of time and bother 4 or 5 or 6 months down the road. So it has been roughly 72 hours since we installed the Maxx fan. I give it another good inspection there, and there's still no leaks, believe it or not. So we're going to wire it up here to the leisure battery, and we'll see if the freaking thing works. I'm absolutely breaking it here. If this thing works, I will be over the moon. I will be delighted. That's just a wee temporary fix. If the friggin' thing works, we'll hook it up correctly with the little crimps that came with it. So red to black, red's positive, black's negative, it goes to white. Here goes. Red to red, black to black. Oh yeah. Oh friggin' hell yeah. Oh, why is it going so fast? Negative, minus. Oh. Can't seem to. Alright, that is sucking all the air out. That is nice sucking the air out. I am over the moon. It works. It fucking works.